see you looking at me. Hey guys, it's Jane. It's been a little while since my last video, and I just wanted to share a new haul with you. It is toward the end of September now. Fall is finally here. I am excited. I love fall. It's my favorite season. I love Halloween that's coming up. It's going to be great. Since my last video, I have shopped at numerous different places, including Goodwill, my local consignment shop, a couple other thrift stores, and my husband and I also took a trip to Pennsylvania to visit a antique booth from the Crazy Lamp Lady, which I know I've spoken about her before on this channel. And I got a couple of things there as well. So let's get right into it. This first piece I just recently bought on my last Goodwill trip. I don't believe it's original, and I don't even know if it's like a Gickley print or anything like that. I don't think it's necessarily anything too special, but I liked the subject matter, and I like the impressionist style of it. And this piece is by an artist, Mohammed Sabzi, I believe is the name. The signature there is there in the bottom there. But I just really liked the subject matter, and I liked the way it was matted and framed. It just seemed like a really nice piece. I paid $8 for that, and if I sell, I'll probably get around $40 to $50 for it, if it's not a higher quality print. I still have to do a little bit of research and figure that out. But yeah, it's just a lady with a violin. I just really like the lines and the coloring and everything, so I appreciated that. Speaking of art, another piece I picked up at the same Goodwill on a different trip was this. And so that's hanging above my bed right now. It's by an artist named Shirley Novak. And I just love the colors. Again, it's not an original, but it's a higher quality piece. It's a print, and then they went over it with some clear shellac or whatever, and to make it so that it has, you know, some brush strokes and some texture to it. And I just love it. I love the colors. I love the poppies on it. Everything. So I thought that might be a nice piece to have for fall, and then I might possibly sell that as well. I paid $15 for that, and the value of this is around $100. So not bad. Next was the couple things that I picked up at the booth from Crazy Lamp Lady's antique shop. Well, it's not her antique shop, but she has a booth there called Bedford Street Antiques. And so when you go to Crazy Lamp Lady's booth, you gotta buy a lamp, right? I mean, that's what I walked away with. So it's just this little cool desk lamp. I liked the design on the shade there, and it's got some like wood grain kind of design on the bottom, which if you know anything about me, you know I like wood grain stuff. And yeah, I just thought it was a really neat, like, mid-century modern kind of design to it. It does work. I just don't have a bulb in it right now. But yeah, I think I paid like $20 or something for that, so that wasn't bad at all. A lot of her stuff in her booth obviously is, you know, very high quality and like art glass and all that, so I didn't have the budget for that for this trip around, but the lamp was great. And then at another booth in the same shop, I found a vintage Halloween bucket, which I've always wanted a vintage one, and this was only $4. And I think what they say about them is that if you look for the thicker handles, that can be an indication that it is older. So yeah, so that was cool. I didn't see any kind of like mark on that or brand, but had to have that for Halloween. So that was great. Another couple things I picked up. This was mainly a purchase for me. Was these little vases. Let's see. Sorry, my phone's going off. 1 second. Okay, so yeah, it was just this little set of vases here, and I just loved the shape of them and how they were like open in the middle there, and they're just kind of little like bud vases almost, you know, because it's not really like the hole in there isn't that deep. But you know, mainly I'm just going to use them for a display. I don't think I'm going to actually put flowers in there. But those were pretty neat. I bought those online from a consignment shop that's near me. And I think I paid like $12 for the set, which was nothing for the cuteness factor. So yeah, those were being displayed on the bottom of my computer desk. And then from the same consignment shop, when I was there to pick up the vases, I found this vase, which is just a hand-blown piece of glass in a teal color. Nothing too special, but they were having their annual sale, like the big sale that they do, and everything that had a red tag on it was like 75% off. So I feel like I only paid like a $1 or $2 for this, and that was great given the fact that it was hand blown. You can tell it's hand blown, but if you look at the bottom, there's a pontil mark there where they cut off the glass. And yeah, I just really liked the color, so for $1 or $2, I was like, why not? So, yeah. The next thing is this really cool book that I bought from another woman I follow on YouTube. I think it's Manor House Vintage. So she does online sales, like weekly or bi-weekly online sales, and so she had this up for sale, and I love Art Deco as much as I love the mid-century stuff, so I definitely wanted to pick that up. It literally has like everything you can think of. Let me see if I can kind of show you. So yeah, you have everything from furniture to textiles to glass, ceramics, jewelry, sculptures, silver and metalware. They have decor. Let me get this page turned. Yeah, decor and clothing and all kinds of stuff. Let me see. So yeah, there's some of the jewelry. Just beautiful. Some of the pottery. Really great stuff. And then some of the glass, which you know I'm all about the glass. Great stuff. And then of course the clothing. Like, look at that. That's so cool. So yeah, that's been on my coffee table just to kind of look through and, you know, just have for reference. So that's awesome. And then another thing I bought from her that same time, well, technically I didn't buy this one, I won it. She does little contests during her sales, and so she gave an option of between this and something else, and I picked this. It's got a little burn mark there on the enamel, but I didn't care. I liked the design of it, and I'm just going to have it for display. So, that was cool. Another thing I believe I picked up from the consignment shop where I got the vases was this little paperweight. And again, I only paid like a few dollars for that, but I just loved the clarity in it. And, you know, It's a quality piece. It doesn't have any kind of signatures on the bottom or anything like that, but I just appreciated it. I love paperweights. Let's see. So another thing I got a set of 4 of these Fenton glass toothpick holders from a lady on Facebook. I truly bought it because I wanted the blue one for my kitchen, but she had a set of 4 and she was only selling them for $10 for the whole set, plus shipping, but it wasn't a big deal. So I figured I would buy the lot and then sell off the others that I didn't want, which has been working out nicely so far. I've sold 2. So the first one I sold was a pink one, like a pink opalescent, so it had, like on the tops, it had like an opalescent coloring to it. And then an avocado green one that I just recently sold. So then this is the one that I wanted to have, and then this one ended up being of higher value because it is amethyst glass. So this one goes for around $30 just by itself. So that was a great buy. And you can tell, you know, they're Fenton. They have the Fenton mark on the bottom. Let's see. Camera is always fuzzy. One of these days, guys, I'm going to get a different camera and it will focus for you. But there's the Fenton mark on the bottom. The green one didn't have the mark, but it was exactly the same as the rest of them. So I don't know. Some of them might just not be marked or something. But so that was good. And the next thing, this was kind of just a box of smalls that somebody was giving away at work. And I thought, why not? You know, I mean, I could tell they had some quality pieces in there, so I snatched that up. So the first thing is a Wedgwood little trinket box. I looked for the mark on the bottom, and it was there. It's just very faint. Let's see if I can find it again. Yeah. So you're not going to be able to see it, but it's down here in the bottom. It's just very faded, but it does say Wedgwood. And the subject matter is Pegasus with the Muses. So, see if I can get that to focus a little bit better for you. Yeah, so that was pretty. There wasn't any kind of damage on that. And those go for anywhere from like $20 to $25 right now. This one was a little Delft blue clog, and it had a mark on the bottom, and it's made in Holland. It says handmade Holland Delft blue MS, which I don't know what MS means, but it's got a little signature of like a windmill on there, so that seemed, you know, interesting. And it's got a little windmill on the front. And most of these other pieces go for, you know, 10 to 12, so that's great. And then this little like metal rooster apparently is from Portugal. I don't really know much about that. I took a picture and plugged it in online, and it said it was from Portugal. So it's just like a hammered metal rooster. Another thing that was in there was this like soapstone trinket box. It's got this like inlaid flower on the top and some like detail work on the side. Thought that was nice. And then inside there was a little Hagen Renneker puppy dog, which I've never had any Hagen Renneker pieces, so I was excited about that. Some Hagen Rennekers can go for a lot of money, depending on which ones they are. I've come to find that out recently. Like, there's a few that are just rare that you don't come across a lot, so you can get, you know, $40 to $50 and upwards for some of those pieces. This little guy is a $10 to $12 guy, but still, he was cute nonetheless. And then the last thing that was in that box was just this little glass teddy bear. I think he's glass. I don't think he's crystal. But yeah, he was cute. And yeah, no damage to any of those little things. So, you know, for free, why not? The next thing was, I've bought a few things at a Goodwill trip recently, and this was one of them. So, it was 4 of these little gathered wheat dishes that said made in the USA, so I knew they were vintage, and they just had a quality about them. I didn't really know much about them other than I liked them, and I figured if I couldn't sell them, at least they would be neat to have as a little dish on my Thanksgiving table. But I paid $1.50 for each of them, and apparently they are Franciscan, the brand Franciscan, and they go for around $14 a piece. So that wasn't a bad pickup at all. The next thing I got on that trip was just this little teacup, which I'm not going to be keeping or selling. These, some of these teacups that I come across, I'm going to be giving to my, children's ministry pastor at my church. She's been asking if I see any little teacups on my thrifting trips to, you know, send them her way, because she does this thing called Hug in a Mug for some of the older ladies that are in some of our other groups at church, and this time she wanted to do teacups instead of mugs. So I just picked that up for her. It's got really pretty yellow flowers in there, and it's from Noritake. So yeah, that was a good quality teacup. Let's see, the next thing on that trip, again, if I don't sell it, it's no big deal because I just liked it for me, is I opened this box and there was just these really pretty wood napkin rings, and they were just good quality, nice and smooth, pretty coloring. Again, it would be nice on a Thanksgiving table, I think. So those were cool. Let's see, I think I paid $3. Yeah, $3 for those. So, you know, not a big turnaround on those, something like that, but I liked them. The next thing on that same trip was this large discus candle holder, which, looking at it originally, I felt like it would be Aurifors, and I was correct. It was a shame they only had one there, so I might go back again soon and see if I can find the second one, because that happens sometimes where you'll pick something up and they only have one of the set, and then if you go back within the next few days, they'll have the second one there for you, and sets of 2 of things like this always sell better, so I'm hoping that's the case. But yeah, I paid up a little bit for that. I paid $6 for that. But it's just a really high quality piece, and I loved the shape of it and everything. And, you know, wintertime is coming up again, and I feel like it would be cool on a winter display. And those go for, the price is a little all over the place for these. They go over anywhere from like $20 to $40, which is a pretty big gap. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what the difference there is, but yeah. And then another one that I had bought similarly during another trip was this candle holder from Costa Boda, which I knew it was Costa Boda because I was familiar with this one. It's their Snowball candle holder, and this one's not as much of a find. Sorry, my camera cut off there. But yeah, this one's not as much of a find. This one is more like, the price on these seems to be going down, but these are like a $15, maybe $20 piece. But I think I paid $4 for that. So hopefully I'll find another one again, because sets of 2 tend to do better. The next thing was this beautiful vase that I found at the same Goodwill. It was just a milk glass vase, and it was pretty substantial. I mean, it was sitting up on the top shelf there, just staring at me, and I'm like, well, fine, I'll take you home. Why not? And it's got this, like, quilted pattern on it, like diamond quilt pattern, and there was no damage to it whatsoever, and I just liked it, you know? And I feel like milk glass is coming back. I don't know. I feel like people are starting to get a little bit more appreciative of it again, and think their milk glass things are tending to sell a little bit more now. So I picked that up. I paid $6 for that, and that is a $30 to $40 vase. So that's been sitting with my other little vases for display. So I'll probably be holding on to that one. The next thing was at my recent Goodwill trip, this awesome ram sculpture. I just love the lines, this modernist design of it. Just beautiful. And it didn't have any damage on it either, and I just really appreciated it. I was surprised it was just still sitting there, like nobody had snatched it up. It's got a couple little marks on there, but I'm sure I could clean that up. But yeah, doing some research on this, there were some of them that were around like $90 value, and others that were like $25 value. And when I was comparing the two, they looked pretty much exactly the same, except the $90 ones had this like black marble base on them, and this one doesn't have a base. So I'm thinking this is more around the $25 mark. But I liked it enough that I didn't care value-wise. I wanted to display it in my cabinet. So I paid $6 for that one as well. And like I said, I think this is the $25 one. But yeah, it is Scandinavian. It's, what does the company there say? Something Scandinavian Designs. I don't know. It's still got the original price sticker too, so that's leading me to believe it is the $25 one. But you know, things can change over time. Things that still had the original price sticker on them, I've had that said they were $5, and then because of the fact that it was so old and vintage, the value of them had jumped up like crazy. So, but anyway, that was again just a purchase more for me. So we'll see about that one. And then the last few little finds here are nicer, you know, bigger finds in my opinion. Oh, well, this one's not. This is just a brass candlestick that I found at Goodwill in the same trip. I paid up for this. I paid $7 for this. But this had a really nice design on it, a floral design. And I think brass is coming back. Like milk glass, brass, the white and blue dishes, like the Flow Blue dishes. Anything that's kind of that classic old style, it's starting to come back. So that's why I grabbed this. And again, I'm hoping that if I go back soon enough, I might be able to find the second one. Because when I purchased it, it was only the one that was sitting up there. But yeah, I paid $7 for that. If I can find the second one, then I'm venturing to say I would get around $40 to $50 for the set. So that was nice enough that I felt like I should pick that up. Okay, so the last couple things are more exciting. So the first one is this vase that I picked up at the consignment shop. The consignment shop that I work with, the one that I bring my items to. And so last time I was there to cash out on some of my items, I found this, and I picked it up, I looked at it, I felt it, I thought about it, and I decided not to get it. And then I went home and I couldn't stop thinking about it, so I went back and it was still there, and it's signed. Let me see. again, I'm not really going to be able to show you per se, but it's got a signature in the corner there, right there. And if I'll put the name of the artist in the corner of the screen for you, but it is designed by another person, and then it was made by this person who signed it. And I purchased this for $20, and this is worth around $100 to $120. And I really liked the color, I liked the texture, and the quality of it, and it didn't have any damage at all, you know. And if it's a signed piece of glass, it's pretty safe to say I'm gonna buy it if I have, you know, the budget for it, because, you know, there's value there, and there's quality, and I appreciate that. So, yeah, that was cool. So that's been sitting in my curio cabinet. And then the last thing, or last couple things, is I found this lamp at my local Goodwill, which I never find anything remotely this cool there. Okay, so yeah, so this is an early 20th century lamp from Stengel, which, if you know anything about Stengel, their thing is pottery and ceramics and things like that. And I just loved the lines on this. I mean, it was just gorgeous, and the color and everything. You can see the patina on the brass there. I mean, if I was to clean that off, you could really see the detail, but I'm not going to clean it off. And look at that Charlie boy looking at me. Look at his face just peeking through the lamp. But yeah, I'm not going to clean it off because the patina on this really really speaks to the age of the piece, and so I don't want to mess with that. The plug is older, but it's not damaged, and there's nothing seemingly wrong with that. The only thing I have to do is I noticed that it only has the one pull cord on it now, but it does work on that side. So I already purchased some hardware to replace the inner part of this and give it a new pull cord. And I'm going to actually film my restoration of that, or my replacement of that piece. I'm not restoring it. So I'll film how I do that, so you guys can see how I fix that up and make it so that it works again. And then I was on the search for a lampshade for it, and then on that most recent Goodwill trip, I came across this. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's slightly bigger than I would like for this lamp, but what I'm gonna do is, they have these lamp extenders, like these finial extenders you can buy, and I'm gonna buy a couple of them in brass, where I can raise up the height of this so it's not sitting so low on the lamp, because I don't want the fringe or anything to hide the detail of the body of the lamp. So if I get the extenders and it sits up high enough, I think that will look just fine. And I just thought that the way this shade was designed, like, it goes with the time period that the lamp was made. And I also just like the lace and the fringe and everything about it. So I'm probably going to get some, like, Edison bulbs, or some, like, frosted bulbs that don't shine too brightly because of the fact that the shade is, you know, that you can see through it. But I just think it's super cool, and I can't wait to see that all put together. So yeah, I'll film when I fix the light socket, and then I will include a photo of it when it's all put together with the shade and I've got the right bulbs. So that's going to be great. Oh, and I paid $15 for the lamp, and then I paid $6 for the shade. So, you know, $21 in all on that. After I get it all put together with the shade and the bulbs and everything like that, that lamp is easily worth over $100. So, and I might even venture to say closer to 200. So, but yeah, I'll be holding on to that for a while, and then, just to enjoy it, and then at some point I might sell that. So, yeah, so that is it for my haul. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Some of this stuff I'm going to be posting pretty soon up on my eBay and my Etsy shop and all of that. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. And then, of course, as always, like if you want to reach out to me personally, if there's something that you've seen in the video that you're interested in, you can always contact me, and then we can work something out that way. And I will see you guys next time. Right, Charlie? He's like, pay attention to me! Alright, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.